Hi, it's Amy from Nifty Stitch on Instagram and now on Flosstube. Yay! I've wanted to start a Flosstube for a while, I just haven't really had the confidence to do it. I've been watching Flosstube for a long time, well, I think it was probably lockdown time I sort of started watching it and discovered it then. Absolutely loved it. Started off watching Alma's Little Wonders and then Dizzy Stitcher, Stitch with Beth, Creativity by Gage, Leanne Stitches, got Stitch Bunny, Stitchman Darcy, hilarious, just to name a few. But watching them, they make it look so easy. So I thought, why not, I'll just give it a go. My boyfriend, now husband, actually has been persuading me for a really long time, and obviously you can tell by how long in that one sentence. Try to motivate me for a while, but me being an antisocial hermit, it just doesn't work. So I just thought that I would show you all of my WIPs. Some of them are secret projects, obviously I can't show them, but I still got like 22 or 23 to show, so that's not too bad. But yeah, I've got them all piled up here. I've got some notes over there, so if I keep looking all over the place, that's why. So we'll just see how this goes, give it a go, why not? So the first ever, well, I'll say the first project that I have to show, I'm going to go from the oldest to the newest. So the oldest WIP that I have, work in progress, people probably know that, but work in progress, is a chart that I stitched myself. Well, I kitted up myself. It's I made it on a disc that I got for Christmas to like make your own patterns, and it is this one. I've named it Tinkerbell and Friends because, oh, that's like, hi. I named it Tinkerbell and Friends. Obviously it doesn't have a name because I made it. So yeah, I really like Disney, I love Tinkerbell, and I could never find a pattern or a kit that suited my kind of thing that I like to stitch, so I decided to just make my own. And here is what it looks like so far. Obviously, I mean, excuse the tape, we're classy on here. It's the only one that actually doesn't have a border on it, but here we go. So this is Iridessa's face so far. It's working up okay. I don't have it on Pattern Keeper, so I'm going to really struggle carrying on with this one, I think. I started it in the 6th of March 2020. It's 101 full cross on 25 count Lugana. It's the first ever piece that I did on Lugana actually, and I quite enjoyed it because it was so small and it looks really cute. But yeah, I think it's because it's not on Pattern Keeper, and when you've been spoilt by working on Pattern Keeper, I just don't want to go back to a highlighter. But c'est la vie. So the next WIP, number 2, is Ice Cream for Summer Stitch Along, and it was Stitch Along by Fan Stitch Dick on Instagram. And she has it, well, she used to have a Flosstube, but I don't actually know if she does any videos anymore, but it would be nice if she did because I miss watching her. So I started this on the 16th of June 2020, and this is 2/1 full cross, 18 count light blue Ada, and I literally have a flake and I think like 1 or 2 more ice creams / ice lollies left, and then that is it, it's finished. It's the first ever stitch along I did, and I absolutely loved it. But me being me, found something else new to do, fell off the wagon. So hopefully this has been actually called out for one of my WIP Go pieces for June, I think it was. I'm also behind a WIP Go. I plan a lot of things and then never actually finish it. So it's for WIP Go, possibly June, maybe May, I'm not quite sure. I need to do July's and then backtrack, but it will get finished this year because it's an aim to get finished, so fingers crossed it actually gets done. The next WIP that I have is this one, which is Disney Galaxy Castle. It didn't really have a name, it was very spurious, like Galaxy Castle Fantasy from Etsy. The seller isn't there anymore. I'm not sure what the name of the seller was, but here's what it's going to look like when it's finished. It is it was definitely off Etsy. It's a shame when these things happen, but never mind. So this is what it looks like, and here's where I'm at so far. So this is where we're going to have to start wrestling fabric a little bit, I think. Oh, wait until we get to the Heaven and Earth designs, because they start coming out in full force later when I've learnt what Heaven and Earth designs was. So here's where we are so far. So this is a 16 count white sparkly Asia. I don't really know if you can see the sparkle in it actually. No, probably not. Just believe me, it's there. 16 count sparkly Ada and 2/1 full cross. I started this the 23rd of July 2020. I just really want the sparkle, but it's just not going to happen, is it? Oh, a little bit. But yeah, this has had zero, like absolutely zero progress on it for this year. But it's also on my WIP Good board and it hasn't been called out yet, so fingers crossed it does. I think I've got like a third of it done. But when you've got a lot of projects and other ones called to you instead, that's when you get problems. Okay, this is when I figured out what Heaven and Earth Designs was, and then it became dangerous. So this is Christmas Tree Farm by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Dolly Gelsinger, and I started this on the 7th of August 2020. My husband absolutely loves vintage tractors, so that was just the selling point for this whole project, because in my mind it was, I need to stitch something that's really big but it's got a tractor in, so when it's finished I'm going to put it on the wall. And he's happy with that. I mean, I might be in my 80s by the time I'm finished this, but at least it's finished. So I'm going to have to try and, I really don't want to have to unfold it. There's so much fabric. So here's what it looks like up to now, which, considering I started this on the 7th of August 2020, this is also 1/1 full cross on 25 count Lugana. And this patch here just looks totally in the wrong place compared to this. But when you look at the picture, it's all trees and things, so it's fine. You stitched this section for ages and I was just like, I don't even know what this is. And then when you step back and you actually look at it, it's like, oh yes, it's clouds. Also, me and a sewing machine are not friends. It ate the fabric. Whoops. So that's that project. The next one that I have, it's only a little dainty, tiny. Going from something as big as the Heaven and Earth Designs to this is just hilarious. It's this, it's just called Coco, and it's a pattern by Cross Stitch Quest. It was free on the website. Not quite sure where the website is, but if anybody wants to know, let me know in the comments and I'll find it. But it's just little, I really went through a phase in 2020 of looking for like little mini like Halloween style pieces and then just trying to stitch it in the month of Halloween. The month of October. So I mean, I'll probably have to use this to put behind it because obviously it's black fabric, But I started this on the 18th of October, so we're a little bit behind at this point. Oh, hang on, excuse that thread. So we are slightly, you know, a little bit late to the party there, 18th of October, but me being very optimistic, thought I could get it done in time, and obviously I couldn't. So this is 2/1 full cross on 18 count black Ada. It is also on my WIP Go board. This is going to be a running theme. It's also on my WIP Go board for this year. So fingers crossed I can actually get it finished. I literally just need the words and like the inside of the skeleton's face, and that is it, finished. So simple. Yeah, I still haven't done it. Next we have this piece, which is Winter Wonderland, which is woodland folk. I went through a phase a long time ago, like 2017 back, of really enjoying stitching these woodland folk pieces. I would go to craft shops and buy these kits because they're just absolutely adorable. And I bought this, well, Mum bought it actually as a present, Mum and Dad. Hi. I bought it as a present, probably a Christmas present because it's trees and it's Christmas. And my mum really wanted me to start it, so I started it 1st of November 2020. And the progress on it is just absolutely minuscule, but for the process of Flosstube you have to show everything, don't you? So here we go. The house, I wish that was a part of it. Look how gorgeous it is. I love a needle minder. That is literally the start that I have over the space of nearly 2 years. That's as far as we've got. I mean, it's not even that big, but there we go. So this is 2/1 full cross 14 count Ada. It was just the Ada that came with the kit. But yeah, it's a shame because I have quite a few of them, but yet again it is finding the time to do the easy ones when you've got all of the lovely big heaven earth designs that you want to stitch. Never mind. The next work in progress is this one, which is Harry Potter by Thread Geeks. It's right in front of me as well, and I can't even buy Thread Geeks. But I got this as a Christmas present in 2020, and it was from my like partner's auntie and uncle, and we sort of do Christmas with all of like my partner's family on Boxing Day. So when I got this on Boxing Day, I had to start it on Boxing Day because I just physically couldn't wait. As if I didn't already have enough projects on the go, I just had to start it. I mean, look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous. So as soon as I opened it, I was like, oh, I need to start it now. So I made a start. So that was the 26th of December 2020, and here's where we are with that now. It's just all of these have one thread attached with a needle minder. It's also a running theme of mine. So there we go. There's so many colours, literally in that one little patch alone. It's 2/1 full cross on 18 count black Ada, and I hate to say it, but all of this section with like all of the trees and things is black Ada, is black thread on black Ada, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, but we'll get to that bridge when it comes. I'm putting it off for as long as physically possible, so we shall see. The next one is this one by Tilton Crafts called Hogwarts Floral, and the artwork's by Trends Intel. Trends Intel. I'm not sure. This is my first ever Tilton Crafts piece, and fun fact, I saw it, didn't buy it, and then I thought to myself, no, I want it. Went on Tilton Crafts, wasn't there anymore, so I sent them a message saying, please can I have it, I'm desperate, I really wanted it, didn't really have the money for it. And then when I finally got round to buying it, it wasn't there, and they put some more up in the shop for me so I could buy one. So I was absolutely over the moon. So this is what it looks like so far. This is also 1/1 full cross on 25 count Lugana. We've got a little bit of a running theme. This was a New Year, New Start for me. So January 1st, 2021. And I love it. There is so much black. 11 skeins to go in this, to be exact. But it is just amazing. I put in, we'll do this for a bit more trivia, why not? This is quite a trivial piece, this. I put all of the black in, and I started working like down this way, and I started working across, and as I put the leaf in, I had no idea what I was working on. There was just colour after colour after colour, and I was like, what even is this? And once I'd finished putting all these greens in and I started to get to the blue and I stepped back, I was like, that's a leaf, like wow. And it was the first thing that, like, especially like a project like this, it was the first one that I looked at and thought, I need to stitch more on this now. That's why there's so many colours and different things in it, because it just blew me away, like how many tiny little crosses in loads of different colours can bring out such a beautiful little thing. And it looks amazing. I mean, I think it's up to 10% now, this one. It's 300 by 377 stitches, if that's gets anybody excited. But yeah, it just, I really like it. It's a really nice piece to work on, and especially with all of the black, because there's so much black on it. I mean, like, it's forever ongoing, but because there's so much black all around the outside and all worked into it as well, but you can just mindlessly stitch backwards and forwards, stick some Netflix on, stitch a film, you know, and then just sit and work backwards and forwards, and you can get progress done and enjoy watching TV. So quite like that. The next piece that I have is a very love-hate relationship piece. It is the Peppermint Purple Blackwork Sal from 2021. Now I started this on the 29th of January 2021 with the hopes of I'm going to keep up with this, and this is where I got. So I'm not sure if it was me or what, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if I've done it right, to be honest. It looks right, but then I got to this box here, which was week 5, and I just hit a wall with it. I was working on it so well, I was catching up really well, I was working on it like every night after work, and it just, I don't know, I got to that box and it didn't feel right, it just didn't go right. When all the other ones went so easily, but that last box, I'm not sure if I've done it right or I just don't know. But considering all the other ones worked so well, I think it might just be me. So I really need to revisit this one, because I was hoping to actually finish it at some point soon. I also don't have a photo for what it actually looks like finished, but it was just on 25 count, obviously. This is an antique white Ada. I just thought I would make it a little bit, spruce it up a bit, make it antique white instead of white. Ooh. But I started at the 29th of January and I haven't looked at it really since, so it is a shame. But if I can just get past that one little box, it's just that one. If I could just get past that, I don't want to move on to the next one without finishing this, if that makes sense, because I know I won't do that box, I'll have it all finished apart from that one, and we don't want that. Anyway, moving on. So The next WIP is this one, which is The Wreath by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by John Enright. And this is also another partner piece of, if I stitch this, can I put it on the wall? Because my husband's into marine fish, and we have a big fish tank, and we also have a little tiny nano fish tank. So it's like having a marine world downstairs in the living room. But he loves it, keeps him happy, and now this can keep me happy. But yeah, it's very colourful. There's a lot of colours in it, and this was the first one that I thought, do you know what, we're going to do something a bit different. So this one, it's still on 25 count loop garment, but I did it 2/1 tent stitch. Now I've never done it 2/1 before, obviously, as you've heard, but it's absolutely amazing. Hang on, I'm trying to find, because as always, and it's me, I've got a thread attached to it, and I'm trying to find a way to get the thread out of the way. So I started this on the 7th of February 2021. What is this? We've got a, hang on, we need the grand reveal. Right, there we go. I started this on the 7th of February 2021, and for this year, actually, I used it for 100 Days of Hate. So when I was watching Alma's Little Wonders, she's done it a couple of times, I think. She hasn't quite made it to 100. I did not also. But when she talked about it, I thought, that's a good idea, because the amount of hits was topping up in, and I wasn't getting much progress in things. And I only had this tiny little corner done at the start of the year. If you look back on my Instagram, you'll see. But I just had this tiny little corner, and I thought, I'm never going to get it done. And over time, I thought, it's going to be easier, it's going to be quicker, because obviously it's 2/1 tent stitch. You can't even really see it, can you, there? So it's like 2/1. So it stitches up so much faster. But the back of this is just, it's in a league of its own. The majority of the bigger patches like these, where it's obviously just one big patch of colour, is fine. It's when you get to like these little dainty fish, that's why I've put off the rest of the fish. This one little fish alone has put me off for life. So we'll see how we go. But so far, so good. I think that one's also hit 10,000, and with that one I've put nearly 12,500 stitches in it. Well, stitches, it's half stitches really, but I've put nearly 12,500 stitches in it in the space of like 2 months, because obviously with it being 100 Days of Hate, and I started on the 1st of January, I was actually really enjoying it. But I just lost steam towards March, end of March, middle to the end. I just lost steam on it, and I thought, no, I can't keep going with this. So unfortunately I've lost out on about day 83, 84, which was a big shame, because I was so close to the end. But these things happen, don't they? So the next WIP, sorry for the rustling, I'm not taking it out of the bag, is this one, which is Let Us Be Friends by Bothy Threads. It's artwork by Rendell Designs. I really love these, and it's also another piece. This is a common theme that I haven't actually realised until I've started doing this Flosstube. It's a common theme of, Andrew likes these, I will stitch these, and then we can put them on the wall. So yeah, these are my little guinea pigs, and I started this, ironically enough, on the 14th of February 2021, because they look like they're having a little Valentine's Day date. I don't know. Any excuse for a new start in my eyes. So this one has a really long thread, as always. Let's just do that. So here we go. Here's the progress that I have on it so far. It's also 2/1 full cross, and this is like the patterned Ada that you get in the kits, and it's so pretty. Just to have like that little bit of hang on, let me just, Like the whole edge has like got a pattern to it. Well, the bit you stitch on has like a pattern to it where it's just sort of like paintbrush splash marks, and it's lovely. Just gives it a little bit of character. It's really nice. Also, this needle minder is just number one. Turtles and tortoises, just my thing, and it's just so cute. It's from Agnes Little Minders, and it is just the cutest thing ever. There's so much detail goes into them. Look at its little face and its little eyes. But yeah, there's so much detail goes into them. It's absolutely ridiculous, but it's worth it. It is so worth it. But yeah, off on a tangent. But anyway, I waffle a lot, so if anybody's still here, thanks. Next we have Beauty and the Beast 2017 by Tilton Crafts, artwork by Daniel Cordick, and I started this for a birthday start actually on the 14th of March 2021. Also another one of my favourite films, and I really like the live action remake with Emma Watson. Emma Watson's a girl crush. Who doesn't love Emma Watson? So here we are so far. Sorry about that little, and if you can hear people shouting outside, I've got the window open. My crafty space is the loft and it's like 1,000,000 degrees up here, so if you can hear people shouting, I apologise. Anyway, so here we go. It is also 1/1 full cross 25 count Lugana, and it's small. I started this 14th of March. It's got a bit of fluff on it. But yeah, it does have like 2 colours in, you can't really see, but I've started putting this other like dark bluey purple colour in to fill in the gaps. I picked it up towards the end of last year and I was really enjoying it. I ran out of, I think it was 823, I think this colour is, and then I didn't have the next colour that I needed, so I bought them, and then obviously January happened and then this never got touched again. So yeah, hopefully, I mean, I think it's also another one of my WIP Go pieces. It hasn't been called out yet, so I haven't worked on it yet, but just because it hasn't been called out doesn't mean that I can't work on it. It's just me. The next piece that I have is Spring at Last by Bothy Threads, and I started this on the 20th of March 2021. Fun fact about this, I have the full 4 set of seasons of the Gorgeous Girls because I really liked the artwork of these. The only issue is, me being me and I like a challenge, I decided I'm going to start them and finish them in the window of each season. So I started this one on the 20th of March 2021 with all full intentions of starting and trying to finish it within the season of spring, and I wasn't allowed to start summer until I'd finished this one. So I started it with all full intentions of I will do this, and it's just embarrassing the amount that I've actually done. Considering I wanted to have all full finished technically by this time, this is what I've got. They're all on printed Ada. I think it's, so yeah, 16 count, and they're all printed. They're all beautiful, but that is as far as I got. I literally started it and then put it away, and that was the end of that one. It wasn't until about the middle of summertime that I thought, I haven't touched this one, I haven't finished it, so I can't start the summer one. So that was the end of that, and then I've had to put it away because obviously I can only work on it in springtime, and it is now summer again. So that is a whole year that I can't work on this. So for next year, 2023, we might have another finish. We'll see. The next one is also a challenge that I've made for myself, and it's a little bit of a better one to be able to stick to. So these are the Disney Princess silhouette patterns by All My Stitches shop on Etsy. So you get these 9 as a set, and then I bought the Beauty and the Beast one as like an extra one. I've just made this so that when I put them away in the pouches, I know what pattern it is, or like what's in the bag, without having to pull everything out all of the time. So yeah, and I am working on this one here, Snow White. So the idea that I had with these is, because I am obsessed with The Princess and the Frog. It is one of my favourite Disney films of all time. Obviously, I bought the set of 9 solely for The Princess and the Frog. Now, if it was me, being me, and having 0 willpower, I would have just started that one and finished that one, and then not really bothered with the rest. I really love all of the films, and obviously, being a massive Disney nerd, I love them all, but I would just really want to do The Princess and the Frog. So what I decided to do, since buying all of them and then having it not be a waste but a bit of a shame that I haven't stitched the rest, I decided that I would start with the oldest Disney princess film from obviously this collection, which is obviously Snow White. So I would start with Snow White and then work my way through from the oldest film to the most up-to-date film. So off the top of my head I can't quite remember, but it's like Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, The Little Mermaid, I think it's Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and so on. I'm not going to get it wrong. To be out on the internet forever, I'm not doing that. But yeah, so that's my plan. But the catch is, I can't start Cinderella until I have finished Snow White. So I can't just say, oh well, I've started this one so I can start the next one, because then I'll have all 10 on the go and it won't work. So I've told myself I can't start the next one until I've finished the one I'm working on. So far that is Snow White, and this one is what it looks like. Hang on. Right, this is what it looks like so far. So far so good, not too bad. We're getting there. It's had some progress on it this year, so that's great. I also made a massive mistake and didn't realise that I hadn't put it on my WIP go board, so I had to get it out and work on it at some point in the year, otherwise it wouldn't have got anything on it. So that's that one. So this got started on the 26th of May 2021, and it is 1/1 full cross on 25 count Lugana. It is the world's tiniest piece. Never Lugana going. I've never seen a piece this small. Yay, there we go. But yeah, it's a good idea for me, because then I would have loads started at the same time, and they're really nice. I absolutely love the patterns at All My Stitches shop. I'm not sure if they're actually still available or not. I probably should have done my research before I started this, but never mind. The next project that I have is this one, which is Lovers by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Vincent Fleming, and I absolutely fell in love with this piece when I first saw it. It just, I don't know, the colours in it, the sort of like brushworky kind of style, illustrated, something as if it's like out of like a fantasy children's book. It is beautiful. All of Vincent Fleming's patterns on Heaven and Earth Designs are beautiful. I've bought a few more. I've also told myself I can't start them until I've finished this one, but I might end up just starting them anyway. It's me. So I started this one, fun fact, on the 29th of May 2021, which was mine and Andrew's 4-year anniversary of just being together in general, and then he proposed, so we got engaged on the same day, which was nice. So this is where we're at so far. It is 1/1 full cross 25 count Lugana, as always with projects as big. I mean, the fabric though, let's just ridiculous, but beautiful. The colours, the blues. Blue is my favourite colour, and this is just such a joy to work on. I feel like I need to hold it further back because the light's sort of on top of me, so then when I hold it here you can't really see, but here you can see it a bit better. Right, I'll hold it back. I need to get used to where I'm holding things, so just excuse all this fluff as well. I only put a border on it the other day and I'm always too frightened to go too close to the edge in case it just eats the fabric. So there we go. That's Lovers. I really want to work on it again soon. It's also on my WIP Go board. I've also worked on it a bit this year. Just stab myself in the finger with a needle. That's why you don't leave needles on your projects, guys. Right, the next one is actually a present for Andrew's granny for Christmas, so I really need to get it finished. This is Christmas Pudding Recipe by Stitcherovia, and I started this on the 25th of July 2021. And so far we have this. This is a 18 count oatmeal Ada. There's so much detail in this, it's crazy. It's so small and you look at it really close up and you think they don't go, and then you zoom out and it's like, whoa. I'm easily pleased. But yeah, it's really nice to work on. This Ada, a little bit, I don't know if you can hear it, it's like, it sounds like a Hessian sack, but it makes it look like authentic. And I just thought with like the picture of it, I thought that looked like the fabric, so why not? But yeah, so far it's working up okay. I have worked on it this year, it just, other things are getting in the way, secret projects and whatnot, so we'll see. So that's 2 over 1 full cross. Obviously it's got backstitching and other things in as well. Well, this pile's getting smaller. So the next one is this one, which is Mini Catch a Falling Star by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Julie Fain. And I started this the 1st of January 2022. It's my new year, new start. I almost got a lot to to be held accountable for. I watched her Flosstube channel where she started her mini midnight stroll, also Julie Fain, and obviously me and fairies. I really like them, so I thought I need to go and look at this Julie Fain and see what other patterns she does. And obviously me and blue and fairies, I couldn't say no to this. I just couldn't. So obviously I ended up starting it because I really wanted a new year, new start. I didn't need one, but I wanted one. I want and needed 2 different things, but hey ho. So this is where we're at. Needs to start, but here we go. Here we are. This is 1 over 1 full cross, 25 count Lugana. Classic. It's got like, yeah, you can see it if I tilt it like this. It's got 2 colours in it so far, but when you hold it here, it just looks black. And there isn't even any black in it. It's 939 and I think it's 823, don't quote me on it, but when you hold it like this you can see. But when you hold it here, it just looks black. It makes you think, why? Why am I doing this? It's for the, you know, the blends. All for the blends. Whatever. The next one is Cozy Winter Evening. Also, Heaven and Earth Designs. Had a little bit of a Heaven and Earth Designs spurt on. I've lost the plot already. By artwork by Yuliana Babenko. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm really into this sort of like cartoony cute looking style, and I just happened to stumble across it when I was looking on Heaven and Earth Designs and thought I need it, and this is where we're at with this one. Good start. Hold the fabric, Amy, jeez. Right, this is where we're at. And it excites me so much, the fact that I'm already into this little circle here. This tiny little circle is this tiny little circle from the string of lights. I've already hit away from the background. All of these that I've started are just background. I've already hit something. Woohoo! Celebrate little victories. Yay. So I started this one, honestly. I started this one on the 8th of January 2022. And it is also 25 count Lugana. What is that? 25 count Lugana. 1/1, full cross. Here it is, in all its glory. Amy, hold it still so people can see. Dear me. You can tell it's getting late. What time even is it? It's 10:30. It's nearly past my bedtime. Moving on. So we're getting there, we're getting to the end nearly. So this one is Stitch Silhouette. I've named it Stitch Silhouette 2 because I've already stitched one of these. Well, not this actual one. There's 3 different patterns. It's by Oh My Stitcher Shop, by the lovely pattern work that is mine. I've already stitched one of these. It's on my Instagram. I really should be like, and here is a photo of it. Here. But I'm not technically enough for that yet. Don't hold me for it, but you never know. With a bit of help from tech support, aka Andrew, I might actually be able to do that. But yeah, it's the second one that I've done. There's like a set of 3 different ones. The first one that I did was like blues, mainly like blues with like yellows in. This is like a bluey, pinky, purple one, and there's like a greeny, purpley one as well. This is supposed to be a present for a friend that's been way put on the back burner. They don't know it's a present. I just asked them to pick whichever one they like, so they picked it, and then that was the end of that. Right, get it the right way around, Amy. The start, put your teeth in. The start on this is that small. I can never figure out which way it is. That's also why I put needle minders on everything, because if I don't, I forget which way is up. So here's where we are. Also threads, excuse them. There's 2 on here. And funny story, I was putting a border on this the other day, and I nearly cut this off, the white, thinking it was a just a little piece of excess fabric on the end. They chopped it off and then realised it was actually attached to the piece. So yeah, I started this one on the 17th of January 2022. It's 1/1 full cross on 25 count Lugana, and that's as far as I've got with it. I started working on it a lot on a night, because once I get like the border on like this and do like a little outline, that's when I can just sit and, you know, mindlessly fill in on a night. I work long shifts at work, so by the time I get home it's really late, and when I've worked like a 10-hour day, I really don't want to sit and stitch. But for the motivation to be able to get things finished, it's easier to work on things like this than it is like Heaven and Earth designs. So I try to keep the Heaven and Earth designs for like a day off or the weekend, and then projects like that for a weekday on the night. It's a little bit easier. The next piece that I have is Moonlit Cabin by Dimensions, and the design's by Daryl Bush. I didn't actually know this until I was looking for the information to tell everybody, and it's in here. I never actually noticed this. How exciting. You learn something new every day. So I started this on the 30th of May 2022, and I'm just going to finish this bit of... This is where we've got to so far. That's as far as we've got. But it looks really nice, and I really like how it turns out. We stay a lot well, we try to stay at least once a year in a log cabin as like a little getaway. So this just made me think of it when I saw it, so I just thought, why not? And it makes me want some chips when I see that needle miter. So that's that one. It is on, hang on, where am I at with my notes? 2/1 full cross, 18 count Navigator. Yay. The second to last, it was 22 projects, I was close. So the second to last is this one, which is Quick Stitch Fairy Sisters by Heaven Earth Designs, artwork by Julie Fain. Another fairies. Can't really go wrong. I've looked at this for a really long time and I didn't realise, because the one I was looking at was the one that was a Dimensions kit, and I didn't actually realise that it was the same picture. It was just blues where this one's purples. And obviously when I was looking, I bought a few. I think I bought 3, possibly 4 of the Julie Fain patterns when obviously the first time when I went on and I found the mini Catch a Falling Star. I bought quite a few, but obviously just didn't start any of them. I've got quite a few Heaven Earth Designs, I just haven't started yet, but this is one of them that I thought, it's a quick stitch. It's 300 by 264 stitches. How can I not finish this soon? Sooner rather than later. So I started it on the 1st of June 2022. And here's where we are now. I started this one in the middle because it's spontaneous. So this bit here is like an arm, a body and a dress, and that instantly makes me want to work on it more. And like obviously all this is the moon, but I just thought, why not? Especially since it's a smaller piece compared to like the Christmas tree farm and the reef and things. It would be a lot easier to stitch it from like the middle out over rather than from the corner, which I know you're supposed to do it that way, but I thought I'll try something a bit different. Jazz it up a little bit. Why not? This one is 1/1 full cross, and this is 28 count. Now I'm not really sure what the fabric is. I don't know if it's like a Lugana or an even weave. I'm not sure. I bought the piece of fabric when I was at a craft show about 2 years ago now, and I never used it. I really wanted to start something new, and I obviously pulled this piece of fabric out the drawer. The only reason why I know it's 28 count is because it has a number 28 on it at the top. Somewhere. There. They wrote a little 28 on it. That's the only reason why I know it's 28 count. But this piece, excuse all the wrinkles, but this piece isn't even that big. So I just thought, you know what? Phone. But yeah, it's not even that big, but I thought, right, we're gonna, oh, excuse the noise, needle minders. Oh no, we're stuck to the table. But yeah, if anybody knows about Luganas and even weaves and the differences, let me know. Drop me a message on Instagram or comment down below, all that sort of sociable things. I don't really know, but I'm not really sure what it is. So if anybody knows, please let me know so I can update my records of things. I just, because it's a 28 count fabric, I'm not sure. And this is the last piece that I've started, and it's pretty much nearly finished, so I can't wait. I'll probably work on it tomorrow. I haven't actually posted this on Instagram yet. Oh, so it's like a sneak peek, magic preview. So this one's Bee Flamingo and a Flock of Pigeons. Was reduced. Love a good bargain. And this one is by Dimensions, designed by Joe Moulton. And I just really liked it. I like the fact that it's got like printed fabric. So all of the blue is printed. It's a 14 count fabric as well. So goes by so much faster because the holes are so massive. This one's still on the Q snap because I was working on it literally yesterday. It just looks a mess with all of this thread hanging off, but the threads are so long in dimensions. It's the first dimensions that I've actually worked on properly and like changed colours and things. Obviously, I mean, I know I started the Moonlit Cabin before I've started this one, but I've worked on this one a bit more because obviously it hasn't got like as many colours in and stuff. You're gonna be able to see this. Oh, you are, okay. So that's the progress that I have on it so far, which I literally only need like its legs. This pale pink colour that I've got currently all over the place at the moment, that's literally the bit that goes in the back, and then I have the head, the writing, the back stitching, and that is literally it. This also looks an absolute mess. This is how, behind the scenes, this is how I stopped my fabric from getting attacked by my Q-snap, because when I did, little backstory for you, but when I first started my Harry Potter piece on the Black Ada, I put it in the Q-snap, I worked on it, and then when I took it out, it left loads of white marks all over it, and I was absolutely devastated. So luckily they came out, but then ever since I've been paranoid that my Q-snap's going to leave marks all over my fabric, so I put a little piece of fabric in between to stop that from happening. So I was thinking about using some felt. Oh, that's classy. Like, it's hanging off, never mind. I was thinking about using felt, but then I didn't know how I'd feel about that. But yeah, it's just so much more, puts my anxiety to ease knowing that I've got it there, and I literally, it doesn't matter what colour the fabric is now, I use them religiously because I'm just terrified that it's going to leave a mark. But yeah, I've pretty much nearly, oh, get out of the way, I've pretty much nearly finished this. Hopefully it's going to be a finish in the next few days. We'll see how that goes. If it is, it'll be on Instagram. This is also a 2/1 full cross. There isn't actually any diagonals that I've come across so far, but yeah, I absolutely love it. I think it's adorable. The colours, like the blue background, everything about it, it's just adorable. I started this on the 10th of July. Don't know if I said that, but the 10th of July. So literally only a few days ago really. And I've been ill in between. So I've done pretty well. I've literally only worked on it twice. Both times were just for like a few hours on a night. So I think I've done pretty well. So overall, that's that. But yeah, put that back down. So that is all of my projects. We're on nearly an hour long. Whoops. But it's a WIP braid. What can you do? Stop waffling, Amy, that's what you can do. So yeah, thank you. If you're still here, thank you very much for putting up with me for that long. If you like anything that you see, give this video a like, comment what you like the most. If you have any questions, you can send me a message on Instagram. My Instagram, I'll put it all down below, but it's just Nifty Stitch. And if you want a comment, you can. If you want to subscribe, that would be lovely. But yeah, thanks for sitting and listening to me rant on for nearly an hour. It's been fun. I've enjoyed myself. Hopefully I come back soon to do this all over again. I don't think it'll be a weekly thing. With working a lot and not having much time on a night means I don't get much stitching done at all. So coming back every week would be a bit pointless because I would have the tiniest amount of progress on each thing, and even if I left it until like Sunday night, I still wouldn't really have much to show because obviously I do have a life as well outside of work. So if say I go out with friends on a weekend and I miss out on a day of stitching, I won't have that whole day to be able to show you anything. So it might end up being once every 2 weeks, hopefully. So we'll see how that goes, but fingers crossed, we'll see. I think it'll all go to plan, and hopefully this keeps me motivated to be able to keep going. I do tend to have like a big stitchy bug session where I work on loads of things and get loads of progress done, and then all of a sudden it just goes and I don't work on things. So like the start of the year, when you look at my stitching planner, I have like loads of progress in January, February. March starts to dwindle off towards about the 20th, and then nothing from then till about the middle of May. And it's probably fault of my own because obviously I don't keep up with it, but I think I just burn myself out too much. But I think slow and steady progress is what we're looking for on the horizon right now. So hopefully starting a Flosstube will help with that. We shall see. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all of them social things. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.